Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel where we talk about interior design tips and inspiration. We are now halfway through our design style series. This is episode number 10. Today we're going to be talking all about coastal interiors. If you've watched any of the other videos in this series, then you know we like to go over the background of each design style, some key elements to look out for within that style, a few ways on how you can get this look, and similar design styles in case you're interested in this style but maybe you haven't fallen completely in love with it. So let's go ahead and hop right into the background of coastal design. You'll see coastal interiors have a heavy inspiration all from the beach. So you're going to see a lot of light, whimsical textiles. You're going to see pretty bright spaces, a lot of blue tones, maybe a little bit of green, some warm, creamy type colors. Overall, it's going to feel very airy, carefree, and relaxed. A common goal of this interior design style is to always feel like you're on vacation somewhere beachfront, enjoying the sun and your toes in the sand. There's a simplicity that comes with this style, but it meets with a casual feel as well for that really carefree effect. Moving on to some key elements, there's not a ton of architectural elements to discuss for coastal design, but a few to look out for. Oftentimes you'll see some exposed beams or a little bit of exposed wood somewhere. A kind of fun, quirky element is that oftentimes you'll see some circular windows, and every now and again you might also see some cathedral ceilings, which is a really fun, different element as well. Now to discuss some furniture elements. One of my favorite things about this design style is that they love to use slip cover sofas. This gives it a very casual, carefree vibe. One thing that I love so much about slip cover sofas is that it gives it a very relaxed and casual feeling to the space. And they're super easy to clean, so if you are actually at the beach, then it's easy to throw this into the wash if it gets dirty. You'll see a lot of lightweight materials such as cotton or linen on furniture. You won't see that many metal elements here, you'll see more wood elements. You'll definitely see a lot of lighter finishes, and you may also see some painted furniture in these spaces as well. As far as color palettes go, definitely take inspiration from when you imagine what the beach looks like. That warm, creamy color of sand, some blue tones from the ocean and from the sky. You might take in some darker browns. You may even have some gray or black elements in there. Overall, this will be a pretty neutral design style with a lot of blue hues, maybe some greens, and overall more of a warm color palette with kind of those creamier and beigeier tones. For window treatments, I would definitely suggest some sheer lightweight curtains to give that airy effect. As for the accessories in a coastal interior, it's very easy to get a little bit more on the cheesy side of coastal interior. You definitely don't want your space to feel theme-esque. So do something that's more textural or gives little nods to coastal design, like maybe some nice striped materials that go really well with your color palette. You might want to go for a jute or sisal rug that kind of gives that rope, kind of a little bit thicker of a texture. That kind of gives that nod to coastal elements. But I would definitely suggest trying to find accessories that feel a little bit more timeless, something that has a little bit more texture. And moving on to 3 ways how you can incorporate this design style into your house right now. My first tip is to really focus and nail down your color palette. I feel like with coastal design, a good way to make sure you're not going into cheesy territory is to be very, very loyal to your color palette. So if you have kind of a beige tone, a more cream tone, and a blue, and kind of stay within that realm, it'll be easier to stay out of that cheesy zone and that theme area, and just find things that really go well with your color palette. And staying loyal to that color palette will definitely be a good guideline to helping you stay into that more elevated coastal interior. My second suggestion on how to get this design look is to be very, very intentional with your materials. Now, when you think of the beach, think of when people come in with sandy, wet feet and get water all over the house and there's sand all over the house. Think of how materials have to help you use your space functionally. Having a lot of carpeted areas is not going to make cleanup easy for somewhere near the beach. So whether you're near the beach or not, if you want to get that coastal effect, kind of have your mindset geared toward how would things function if this were a beach house. Have different materials that are very easy to clean, or select materials that would work well when you think of the beach and the different elements that you encounter there. And my third suggestion for making your house feel more coastal is to use your senses. So we talk a lot about texture and kind of like the tactileness of different materials, which is touch, but I would also encourage you to think of two other senses that I think are really easy to incorporate: your sense of smell and your sense of hearing. So maybe if you incorporated some sort of noise in the background that was reminiscent of like waves crashing, or something just kind of more slow and calm, something like that would make a really big impact on your space, along with the smell. So if you have some candles that are a little bit like salt inspired, or some sort of beachy element that you think of when you go to the beach, incorporating those things is going to really have a high impact on your space. And moving on to a few different styles in case you're interested in this style but want some suggestions on something that is similar. So last week we talked about farmhouse interior design, and that might be a good thing to check out. It has a very similar color palettes and has a lot of nature inspiration as well. Just focuses a little bit more on countryside than beachside. If you enjoy the really bright, light, and airy feel of coastal design, and you really like the casualness of coastal design, something that I may suggest is Scandinavian design, which we haven't yet talked about. This is a little bit more of a minimal approach, has a little bit of a different color palette, but has the same effect as that relaxed, casual, but very bright and inviting space. We'll actually be talking about Scandinavian design next week, so watch out for that video. All right, everyone, that is everything that I have as far as coastal design goes. If you have any questions or suggestions, please let me know down below. I hope you enjoyed today's video and learned a thing or two, and we'll catch us next week for Scandinavian design. Until then, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.